Every August 12th is International Youth Day, a day set aside to highlight issues affecting young people around the world. This year's theme is From Click to Progress, Youth Digital Pathways for Sustainable Development. In this report, Just Nigeria's Mercy Frank explores the stories of some Nigerian youth and how technology can improve their chances of rising above their daily challenges.
To be frank, to be a youth in Nigeria at this point is quite difficult.
Now, we can't even get married now because there is no money.
To maintain yourself as a youth is really, really expensive.
We heard of renewed hope, but up till now, I don't think the hope is alive.
Bursting with youthful zest, Nigeria's largest demography is bound to be a gold mine of potential. Yet, beneath this vibrancy could be a ticking time bomb.
85% of the people who walk into the digital communities have not accessed a computer before.
The youth population is over 70%. So it means if government can nest that 70%, will be 70% successful as a nation.
The United Nations World Youth Report for 2020 indicates that there are 1.2 billion youth in the world, and that's young people between age 15 and 24. For Nigeria, which ranks sixth among nations with the highest youth population in the world, the figure, as seen on the Federal Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning's website, stands at 151 million. A whopping 70% of the country's population. The Nigerian Bureau of Statistics identifies these young people to be between the ages of 15 and 29. Cephas Johanna is struggling to make ends meet in Buari, a suburb of Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory. Without an education and digital literacy, he feels opportunities for a better life seem like a distant dream.
The people who graduate past me up to now, they never get. The place where I go find work, they go tell me, say, go bring guarantor, go fill form, go do this, go do that. Again, if you go fill and again, they go say they go get back to you. Before you know, time don't go. They no go even call you again. I mean, I say they might struggle for this tomorrow where they do my say that go help me tomorrow.
At the other end of the spectrum is Ben Ama, a banker in Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital. Although living and working in the bustling city has its perks, Ben says it's not all rosy.
When I started work, the pay wasn't so much, but there was so much value in the currency. I could afford a lot of things I cannot afford, and I could afford them then. It was in the 2007 model Honda, right? But compared to today, if you say I want to buy a car for 2023 model, I cannot afford that because the cost of that car is far, far out of reach.
For Samson Ogbole, an agri-tech entrepreneur in southwest Nigeria's Ogun State, and Fatima Sheikh Lemu, a data scientist in north-central Niger State, each faces unique challenges, yet they share a common thread, the potential of technology to change their lives.
Because I was doing a kind of farming that was not traditional, the first biggest obstacle was acceptance. As a farmer, technology removes the guesswork. Technology increases my efficiency. Technology improves my output.
I'll say I solve problems for a living using tech and innovative tools. It was a different ball game. It was very, very easy for me to get a job. I had a bunch of job offers and I had to pick and choose different entry roles, volunteer roles, and all sorts of tech jobs were available.
With many organizations adopting technology for their daily transactions Experts say workplace cultures, values and traditions are evolving at the speed of light.
There's an IFC report that says that, by 2030, there's going to be a need to fill 230 million digital jobs. We are the human beings that are going to fill those 230 million digital jobs.
There are a lot of youths that they've not had to leave the country to work for an international organization. A lot of youths today are working remotely, adding value to the economy of other countries. And so what we would naturally know as brain drain has transformed.
Technology, no doubt, holds great promises. Yet, word on the streets indicates that the Nigerian government is far from achieving its 95% digital literacy levels by 2030.
Some of the supercomputers that we use basically are being, exported into the country from abroad.
It's been tough paying for Apple subscriptions and other important applications that I use, for my day-to-day activities.
Purchasing an instrument now is really outrageous. The prices are really outrageous due to the rise in dollar price compared to Naira.
Increment of tariff now, I know what that is doing for me. Before I used to pay like 3K in my own neighborhood. Right now I pay like 10K.
The price of phone nowadays, laptops, even camera for photography, it's a whole lot.
Nigeria is sitting on an important asset, which is these young people that you're talking about that are then digital natives as well, because these people naturally understand and they are comfortable with technology. There's hardly any nation in the world today that can leapfrog without smartly applying technology.
We have a lot of hope and commitment from the stakeholders, especially the National Assembly and the Budget and the Economic Planning Ministry, to ensure that the 2025 budget is a reflection of our priorities, being youth development, putting young people at the forefront of national development and ensuring that we leverage their innovation, creativity towards economic transformation that this country dearly deserves.
It's one thing to think about policy, it's another thing to think about implementation. Because we can come up with, so every school right now should, go ahead and add, we are going to include digital literacy within the curriculum for the schools. But guess what? The schools don't have computers.
Once that gap between the plan of the government and reality is still there and is still wide, then we cannot say that we have gotten there. It's not yet satisfactory.
Let us collaborate. Let us pull resources together. Let us pull ideas together. Let us see, let me have that trade by barter system. What is that idea you have? Let's exchange with my idea to make something come out of it.
You need to be able to use productivity tools, right? Word, PowerPoint, Excel, that's a no-brainer. Two is you need to be able to use generative AI tools, right? Which are come in every different shape or form right now. But a typical example that most people are familiar with is ChatGPT.
It's a historical fact that any country or economy that has experienced a revolution or long periods of recession or just a very immense crisis, signs that they have started to come out of the crisis, not even looking at the economics of it, their GDP starts to increase and inflation rate is going down, is that people start to believe that things can change. And that's what we first start to see. And then after people believe that things can change, there's something in information economics that we call adaptive expectations. People start to adjust their expectations about the economy, and their adjustment in expectations pushes them to find what they can do. And it is the collectives of applying ourselves to give and receive value that culminates into our gross domestic product increasing.
While the world looks forward to digital technology accounting for over 90% of available global jobs by 2030, stakeholders say a faster journey from clicks to progress could be the game changer for Nigeria to evolve from consumer to creator mode. Mercy Frank, Gist Nigeria.
The strength of any country lies with its youth. How are you using technology to better your life? Share your thoughts with us on X at GistNigeria TV. We would all like to hear from you.